Time is 5 o'clock on this Saturday evening, April 7th, 2018. Time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Saturday evening, April 7th, 2018. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins, 5 o'clock and 48 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories of the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news is President Trump began the week tweeting about the border as he's sending troops. In Humboldt, Saskatchewan, the worst nightmare happened as 14 killed in Canadian junior hockey team bus crash. In the northern German city of Munster, very positive crowd, killing at least 2 people. In his haste to roll back rules, Scott Pruitt, EPA chief, risked his agenda. Congressman pulls out a loaded gun in a constituent meeting. He was wearing a vest marked press. He was shot dead in Gaza by Israeli troops. Secret direct talks underway between U.S. and North Korea. Japan activates first Marine since World War II to bolster defenses against China. Hungary's Viktor Orban is widely expected to win Sunday's election. Why is he so popular? Tennessee father killed his 5-year-old autistic son, then hid his body, police said. Hannity vows to bash Kimmel up until he apologized to the First Lady. 2 soldiers die in helicopter crash, bringing the number killed in the military aviation mishaps this week. Florida couple called the Parkland kids paid actors trained with one of their dads. The former Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva said his plans to begin his 12-year prison sentence for corruption after defying a court order. The death toll from Friday's protests at the Gaza border rose to 9 early Saturday as 2 Palestinians, including journalists shot by Israeli troops, died. The Russian embassy in London has requested a meeting with Britain's Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson regarding the poison and death of an ex-Russian double agent. Michigan Governor Rick Snyder ended the free bottled water program in Flint after tests showed that the levels of lead in the city's water are below the federal limit. American Airlines announced Friday that it will order 47 Boeing 787 Dreamliners that canceled its order with Boeing's European rival Airbus. Lots of the discussion surrounding climate change these days is not very optimistic, and there's good reason for that, as human beings have introduced so much carbon dioxide that the atmosphere we're accelerating. Southeastern Junior Rebecca Walsh coordinates school-wide week of mental health awareness. Bridgewater firefighters deliver baby girl in a wrecked ambulance. One of the central arguments in Trump's attack on balance is all wrong and it's the group's fault. Astronomers released stunning images from one of the closest radical neighbors. Hypothesis suggests toxic fires helped out wipe out dinosaurs. Breast cancers patients fare better if they have muscle, according to a study. Peter Children's time is 5:01 on this Saturday afternoon. It's time now for a sports report. The Boston Red Sox trounced the Tampa Bay Rays 10-3 to go to 7-1 in the season. In the Masters, Patrick Reed is holding on to a 2-stroke lead over Rory McIlroy and Ricky Fowler. The NBA playoff matches are anything but set in stone. Will Conor McGregor do jail time for bus attack? Ex-New York prosecutors say it's unlikely, and Manchester City lose to Manchester United, fail to secure Premier League. Peter Childers' time is 5:02 on this Saturday evening. It's time now for a Peter Channel traffic and transit check on this Saturday evening. Beep beep! Let's start it off. On the MBTA where normal service has resumed on the Fairmount line. Worcester train, 1511, 4:20 p.m. from substation up at 5:10 minutes. gas schedule between West Newton and Worcester due to early mechanical issue. And the fares, they are looking good. Alright, look at the highways and... Alright, look at the highways and byways in New England. $95 on the southbound side, it is open to downtown Providence. $95 on the northbound side, store at downtown Providence. $146 on the northbound side, so between 99 on the Saleswood Road and the North Smithfield stretch. $95 on the northbound side, it is slow around Route 128 Kenton. 128 on the southbound side, it is so between 138 and Kenton all the way to the Braintree. 128 at the northbound side, so between the split all the way down to 24 in Kenton. 3 on the southbound side, it is so between 33 and Hingham down around 18 in Weymouth. 128 at the northbound side, it is so between 135 and Needham all the way to Route 9 in Wellesley. Mass Pike eastbound side, it is slow from Western all the way down to Newton Quarter. 7 Expressway, Buffin back between the gas tank area to downtown Boston, 93 Buffin to downtown Boston to backed up. 7 Expressway, southbound side, it is back around the Braintree split from Quincy. 93 at the northbound side, it's up go between 120 Redden all the way to Route 125, North Andover, 125 at the southbound, 128 southbound side, it is over to the Redden stretch from 28 to 93. Central Massachusetts highways are looking good. 391, the northbound side, also the Chicopee, Holyoke stretch after the Mass Pike. In Connecticut, 84 westbound side, also Wolcott, Connecticut. 95 on the southbound side, it is so after Route 91 in New Haven. 95 on the southbound side, also the Stafford on the Greenwich stretch. In northern New England, Interstates 87 to both ends 89 on the southbound side, also have claim with the upstate York, Vermont, and Highway 59. The northbound side, so South Quebec towards Montreal. Peter Challenger's time is 5:04 on this Saturday evening, and it is time now for a sport weather report. And after a cloudy start, it turned out to be a beautiful day in the weather tomorrow. A little bit, tad bit chilly, but a gorgeous day as we take a look at the radar satellite illuminated. It shows clear in front much of the southern New England with some few wispy clouds around the Berkshires of Massachusetts and western Connecticut and stretch over to Vermont and western New Hampshire, while seeing some snow flurries in north central and central portions of Vermont around the Montpelier area. And some snow flurries around on the line from Little Falls, New York, all the way down to Rochester and Buffalo, and up on 7 Ontario around the Toronto area. And snow in west central portions of New Hampshire. And some snow stretching along from eastern Quebec all the way to northern Maine and north central to southern portions of New Brunswick, and some rain showers at south central portions of New Brunswick and down to southeast of New Brunswick, and some rain showers off the Nova Scotia in Canada. Okay, let's take a look at our current conditions pattern. Region it is in the 30s to 40 about just 7 New England with some 30s and 40s in Northern New England with a 9-degree region in Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Right now, Norton at 5:05, 45 degrees with humidity up 36%, 2.20 degrees by around 21 inches, and it's steady in winds northwest at 3 miles an hour. Alright, forecast goes like this. Today, mostly skies got about 29 degrees, north for about 3 to 8 miles an hour. For Sunday, mostly skies got about 45 degrees, north for about 6 to 11 miles an hour. For Sunday night, a slight chance of rain showers before 9 p.m. and then a slight chance of snow between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Mostly skies got about the mostly coast about 24 degrees. Northwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour, transpiration is 20%. Monday, Saturday, mostly skies got about 45, about 31 degrees, transpiration is 0%. For Tuesday, mostly skies about 47, about 33 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly steady, podcast about 52, about 35 degrees. Thursday, chance shot between 2 and 5 p.m. Mostly skies got about 56, about 38 degrees, transpiration 30%. For Friday, mostly steady, podcast about 55, about 37 degrees. And for Saturday, podcast skies got about 54 degrees. And that is going to be it for the Peter Show. 5 o'clock news on this Saturday evening, April 7th, 2018. Peter Woods, hope you have a good evening with a good positive attitude, and I'll see you at 11 o'clock for the night report. You have a good evening.